Hi, I'm Applique. I'm an indie game developer working on a game called Package Party. And this is the weekly devlog. Package Party is a local multiplayer game for 1 to 4 players. It's been in development for a few months now. And here I want to share what I've been doing the past week. The first thing I did, well, it's something I've been doing for a few weeks now, is upgrade the campaign screen and determine the basic structure of the game. And here you can see it. There's a nice fog that hides all the levels you haven't played yet. Ignore this message, walk to the portal. There is no portal yet. And players can log in, they can walk around, and if they're ready they can start playing a level. Once everybody is standing near to the level, it starts. So that's the campaign screen. The major thing I've been doing the past week is playtesting. Well, a miracle occurred really, because I was able to playtest the game 4 times with 4 different play groups, which gave me loads of useful feedback on the game. For example, here you see, before the game had static tutorial images, so when you started the first level, you would just see an image that explained how deliveries work. And I found that people just either didn't understand the image or they weren't even looking at it because it didn't draw the attention enough. So I've been updating the tutorial images to videos. And this is the first tutorial video that shows you the core mechanic of the game, which is delivering a package. It's really simple, but you still need to explain it, of course, and you want people to see it. The other major change I've made is before, when you were playing, you would kick packages away to their destination, and that worked quite well, but I want the game to be accessible to anyone, even people who've never played the game before, even people who've never held a controller before. And moving around is already hard enough if you have never held a controller before. Kicking packages to the destination is even harder, so I had to simplify it. And the thing is, later in the game, I think level 4 or 5, you get a glue power-up, which basically, if you get that, your player character becomes glued, and when you walk against the package, you stick to it, and it sticks to you, of course. And that makes delivering much easier. So one of my playtesters said, well, why don't you just start the game with the glue mechanic? You know, start everyone to be automatically gluing. So that's what I did. Now, when you walk against the package, it automatically glues to you, and it's just much easier to get into the game for people who've never played a game before, or barely played a game before. This is now the first level of the game. Another thing I did was create a tutorial world. So now when you start the game, you don't immediately start with the first level, you start with the tutorial world, which has 3 levels, which I can show you. Well, I've just shown you. This is the tutorial world, and it explains the 3 main parts of the core mechanic of the game, which is delivering packages in level 1, as we've just seen. Chapter 2 explains orders, as this video does, which is another major thing in the game, of course. Orders will be appearing, you need to deliver the package before the timer runs out. And then there's another simple level for people to get into the game. Again, packages stick to you automatically, makes delivering a lot easier. I'm playing on keyboard at the moment, but on controller it should be even easier than this. And I just want the tutorial to be a fun start to the game, to not be too challenging, to not be too intimidating. So that's why I made these changes. And then the 3rd level, no, don't do that. Yes, the 3rd level explains the last part of the core mechanic, which is that once a package reaches the destination, it starts pending, and it takes 3 seconds before the delivery is actually successful. And the reason for this is that packages can move after you've delivered them, and they can move off of the destination again. And I don't want to count those packages. They need to be stable on the destination. So I test this by adding a 3-second delay before it's successful. For example, if I deliver this and I'm like, oh no, oh, what did I do? Then it's not successful. So those are the 3 core mechanics in the game, and I just made a tutorial world with 3 quick levels to get people started, to get them moving, to understand the mechanics. Once you've played these 3 levels, the portal will appear here, and you'll be able to progress to the next world, which is the actual first world with the old levels I made in the previous month. And I think when you're at level 3 or 4 or something, the automatic glue, the automatic stickiness will be removed, and you'll be kicking packages again, except for levels where there's a power-up that allows you to be glued again. So those are the major changes from the playtesting last week. Another thing I did, which is really small but I think it helps a lot, is packages have a certain texture to them with duct tape here. And before, the duct tape was just a standard reddish color, and I had one playtester who thought for like 4 or 5 levels that every single package must be delivered to the red zone because the texture on the package was red. And that's just, it's understandable, it's a silly mistake by me. So now packages are recolored to fit the color of the destination, and it's a very tiny change, but it immediately looks better. Yeah, you can move 2 packages at once if you want. It looks better and it's more clear what you need to do and where packages need to be delivered, especially to new players. Oh yeah, I also added back the tutorial about switching players in the first level. Forgot to do that in the previous build. So yeah, there's been many interesting changes because of the playtesting. It's really useful to playtest. And I think version 0.3 is almost ready now to be uploaded to itch. I just need to change a few of the older levels. I need to create a portal, of course. Now it just looks a bit silly. And then version 0.3 will be ready, and I will upload it. I will also upload a video to notify you of the update. And version 0.3 will include the tutorial worlds and 5 to 10 levels in World 1. And yeah, that's what I've been doing the past week. Oh, and I almost forgot, I also updated the interface for the package orders. At first it looked like this on the left. It was okay, but it was kind of big, so players were standing behind it all the time, they couldn't see themselves. So I updated it to be a lot smaller and to have a barcode at the bottom and a few shadows to make it look a bit better. And I also worked on a second song to play in the game, because now there's only a single song and it's getting a bit repetitive to hear every time I test the game. This song will probably be on the campaign screen. It's a bit of a more relaxed song, it's more of a, I don't know, adventurous vibe than the other song. So that's also what I've been working on. And that's of course the song you're hearing on the background right now. And here is some low resolution footage of me playing the piano. I don't know why, I just wanted to include that. The last thing, of course, I've been doing is learning how to actually edit videos and how to animate them for the video tutorials. It is a bit of a rough road, to be honest. I've tried like 4 or 5 different software, and well, currently I'm using Adobe After Effects for the animations. For some reason my university has a license for the Adobe suite, and I already know how After Effects works, but it's just a very slow program. it takes 10 minutes for me to export one tutorial video of 30 seconds, so I'm still looking for perhaps a better workflow for video editing and animating, and I'm still learning from these devlogs, of course. But yeah, that's also where most of my time has been going to. And I think that's it for this devlog. Oh yes, I always forget to say this, but of course the game is in early access. You can download the free demo. You can of course support me for a few bucks as I'm developing the game. You can play it with 1 to 4 players. It's made for literally anyone. It's playable on the keyboards, on the controller, and there's at least 5 polished playable levels. Okay, until next week.